Hey, True Believers, England Teen here with another batch of new comic book reviews. Got 5 of them this time around. 2 Marvel, 2 DC, and an independent. Usually I put 2 independent comic books in here. So what do we have? The Avengers and the Man-Thing special. Then we've got, or at least it's issue number 1, I found out. Crime Syndicate number 1. Haha number 2, an independent comic book anthology series that I like. And then also this one. I've actually got this one near me, so I could show it off. The other ones are somewhere around. And let's see, and the last of the Marvels, I believe, the Peach Momoko X-Men Demon Days. So I'm going to be talking about all of these, so kick back, relax, let's get these, so let's get this party started. Alrighty, maybe, you know what, I'm not even going to cut that out. You guys know I screw up all the time. Okay, gang, so like I said, Avengers, Curse of the Man-Thing, this is issue number 1. At first, I literally thought this was a one-shot when I first picked it up. Written by Steve Orlando and drawn by Francesco Mobile. Okie dokie, so let's get one thing going a little bit here. I dig the art. I do like the way this book looks. It's not amazing, but it actually is serviceable for the story. It's good for the story. We get this girl right here. She's power mad, and she wants to, she's an eco-terrorist who has learned some magic. And so she figures the best thing to do is basically go and attack Marvel's version of Swamp Thing, the Man-Thing. And so she does. One thing I thought was weird while I'm reading this, it occurred to me, how many villains are eco-terrorists? Have you noticed that? It's like, we gotta save the environment by doing something drastic. In this case, she actually rips the flesh off of Man-Thing to the point where his soul is somewhere no longer, and she controls what actually causes the whole burning when you're fearful thing. And that's the plot. She uses that particular power to burn the world. Basically, all these plants rise and they start letting the pores go, I guess. I don't know what you would call it. Spores, excuse me. And as people breathe them in and they're scared of what's going on, they start lighting on fire, which makes the person near them get scared and they light on fire. Well, the Avengers go to stop this, and a couple of them actually light on fire because they're scared. And I like that. I wish, though, they would have done something where the Avengers were legitimately scared. I mean, let's face it, you're going into battle. You're going into war in some cases. It would be nice to see them be affected emotionally over it. We get a little bit of story. We get to see what's going on with the Man-Thing as well. I like it. I think it's a decent story. It's not amazing, but it's definitely serviceable. It definitely works at the very least. Next up, we're going to talk about Crime Syndicate number 1. I'm a fan of the Crime Syndicate, have been since I first was introduced to them so many years ago in Crisis on Infinite Earths number 1. That is correct. I really didn't know about them until I saw them in that book, and then I started looking them up, and I just love it. So we get the whole thing where basically we see the origin of Superman. It starts off, he's even a little boy, and he gets rid of the politician, and people are fearful, and he ends up being the major driving force of law and order in the world, except for it's his law, it's his order. But we do get to see, and this is a little bit different from what it's been recently, where it's just this evil world. You know, good cannot win on this world the same way evil can't win on ours. Here it's just, well, he grew up and everything ended up going to hell, so he's more of a dictator. Superwoman, it's just such, I don't know, I just had a great time watching everybody kind of go off and go a little bit more crazy than they normally would have. Overall, I got to tell you, this is one of my favorite DC comic books right now. I can't wait. Hopefully issue number 2 holds up. But this one right here, I had so much fun with it. And that's something that to me, that's very important. And it made me want to read the next issue. I just dug the way everything worked out. And yes, I do like the fact that, okay, this is Starro. This is where the team came together in the first Justice League appearance. So they have to come together now, except for big problem. You know what? They're villains. So teamwork isn't exactly their forte. Okay, so we're going to be talking about Haha, issue number 2. And this, okay, first of all, let's get to the writing. And we got W. Maxwell Prince and Zoe Thurgood. And I don't know. This book is good. But here's the thing. It's kind of like watching, not the Twilight Zone, because there aren't really twists to it. It's more like an Amazing Stories, but kind of dark on it. We see this lady. She's kind of pole dancing. And we get the story. We get the backstory about how she was raised by a mom who kind of just lost her mind and decided they were going to go away. They were just moving away. This woman obviously suffers from manic depressive. She's got illusions, and she's afraid. So she decides she's going to live her on her own with her daughter. And the way they do it, they're going to go to a amusement park, very much like Vacation. Very much like Vacation by the end. And basically, we get to see this woman go crazy. As a daughter, she's too young to understand what's happening. The woman pays some bills by hooking and by stripping and all that kind of stuff, all the while dressed like a clown. And this young girl is trying to figure out what's going on with her mom, while we as adults who are reading it see her go insane. It's a surprisingly adult story. This does not need to be played for shock value. This doesn't need to be played for anything but what it is. It's far deeper than what I thought it would be, considering the kind of story, considering the kind of book it was supposed to be. I took this as a spin-off of Ice Cream Man, but in all honesty, I gotta tell you, so far, I've been liking Haha a bit better than I did the Ice Cream Man. I should have actually taken time to talk about each cover on the other one, so I apologize. Next up, we have Peach Momoko, Demon Days, the X-Men. You guys know how I feel about Peach Momoko. Not bad. Look, I'm not a Peach Momoko hater. I just don't understand why all of a sudden she was the ultimate of all artists for a while. I like this cover because you can barely tell that's Venom behind her without really looking. And, yeah, that kind of makes it an interesting cover. Otherwise, But this is story and art from Peach Momoko. So there is no one but her to blame for this story. And, yeah, blame you must. Guys, I kind of like what you see here. I kind of like how she's really trying to make it like an anime. And I get it, you know. That being said, the story's bad. It's incomprehensible. She's trying to tie this story along with the Marvel Universe and just drawing sort of Japanese anime kind of versions of them, but it doesn't work. I think this would have been a far better story had she dropped that, made it more coherent, and just made it her own character in her own universe. Maybe this would have been done better as just an Image comic or something along those lines. The art's okay. Once again, I'm not somebody who goes, "Woo, look, it's Peach Momoko, greatest all." It's fine. It works, I guess. I like the painted look to it. It looks more cartoonish than you get a lot of these days, and I actually appreciate that. I don't need Venom. If this is going to be an X book, why are we dealing with Venom? Holy crap, the most overused character in all of Marvel. She has Psylocke in here as well. Look, I'm trying to figure out ways of saying this book is just fine. Gail let the bird out, and that's why you're hearing him again. It's all her freaking fault. But yeah, as far as the book is, like I said, I'm trying to stretch out. This book is just fine, but it's forgettable out into 2 minutes, and I think I did well on that particular case. So let's continue. Okay, so next up and last is Batman Catwoman number 3. Written by Tom King, drawn by Clay Mann. Talking about the cover here, I like the fact that they've got the Phantasm in there. I really do. And I dig on this. I kind of always liked the reflection in the knife kind of covers. You see that with Wolverine and the Hulk, you know, that kind of thing. It just, it's always been a kind of cover that sort of intrigues me. Let's get to the story itself. Okay, first of all, Clayman is... I wish he was attached to a better writer. That being said, I actually have been enjoying this storyline quite a bit. We have the Batwoman here, the new costume that's come under fire because, oh my gosh, she's wearing boob armor and a skin tight out. Oh, who cares? Just shut it. Look at gymnasts, okay, and then shut your mouth. That's all I got to say about the cancel culture, people doing this kind of stuff. Other than that, look, we actually find out, we do know what happened to the Joker, the older Joker, from the last issue. To me, that's the crux, the meat and potatoes of everything. Watching Selina and the Huntress here. I like to say the Huntress, I'm sorry. But we know who the kid is. If it's Batman and Catwoman, it's the Huntress, right? So anyway, if Batman and Catwoman are the parents, it's got to be the Huntress. So that's why I call her that. I like the tete-to-tete as they're talking about what happened to the Joker and how you know that that the Huntress knows about it. You know who did it. The rest of it is basically Batman going nuts, and we find out basically the ending, or we're watching the ending of what's going on between the Joker and Batman, as well as Catwoman and the Joker, because the Joker's kind of lording over secrets with the Batman and all that kind of stuff. Good story so far. I don't have a lot of confidence in Tom King because we know eventually the other shoe's going to drop. But for right now, it is a good and strong story. All right, so what was the best? What was the worst? If you couldn't tell, I think I have to say the worst one was Demon Days by Peach Momoko. It just, the story was bad, but the art was merely okay. After that, I hate to do this to Marvel. Actually, I don't. Look, it's the Avengers Man thing. I enjoyed that book. I liked it, but when it goes up against the others, it comes out. And look, we're on books that I do actually like here that I can... But can I recommend it? I can, however, recommend Haha number 2, which is my pick for number 3. I think that it was entertaining story. I think it was a little bit predictable, but I do believe that this is a better book than Ice Cream Man. It's a very adult book there, and by that I mean mature, not oh my gosh, we're trying to be shocking. Let's see. After that, I would probably go Batman, Catwoman. I do enjoy the story. I really like this book. At this point, I can recommend it. Think about that for a second. That being said, I really liked one part of it, which was the Catwoman Huntress storyline, more than I did the rest of it. And Crime Syndicate is just a joy. Crime Syndicate has a loyal reader if it can keep up, and hopefully issue number 2 keeps up the quality. But that's just my opinion. What is yours? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, ring that notification bell if you haven't done it already, making sure all of the notifications are set on all so you don't miss anything. Cool things happen around these parts. Now, this is the way we're trying to make a living. So if you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Patreon or to Ko-Fi. Links in the description below. Drop $1 in the till. Help us keep the lights on. Help us keep making videos for you. Thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.